You are now listening to the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. All right, No Nation. Good morning. This is the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. If you are looking at us from YouTube, you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the alert so that you get the notifications whenever we got a new show popping out. And then make sure you follow our YouTube page, which is YouTube.com/@National. That's at NATIONOLE. And then for IGX and all the other links, you can check us out on our Linktree page, which is Linktree.com/National Show. That's NATIONOLESHOW. And then you can go directly to the source, national.com. That's NATIONOLE.com for the latest show. All of our links, and the cherry on the top is we got that merchandise for you. It's wintertime. It's getting cold. To Arizona. If you need a windbreaker, you need that sweatshirt, that t-shirt, whatever you need, tote bag, coffee mug to get your inside warm before you head out. Go on and check us out, man. Shout out to everybody that helped us put everything together, man. Much appreciated, man. We are here, as you guys know, it's pre-recorded, so for us it's Sunday night, but for y'all, we live with it Monday morning. We have to talk about the good weekend that we've had. And I say it's a good weekend because when your team wins and all of your rival teams lose, that we drinking for a different reason at that point.
That's a home run, baby. That's like that's a grand slam. That's perfect.
Perfect, man.
What a difference a few days make, man.
Right.
Literally, we got to the preview point for this game the other day, and I was yelling. I was like, "This isn't fun!" Like I was screaming.
Yep.
But now this is fun. This is why we do this. This is a good time, right? Fill in the victory glass,
Yeah, man. Nice to get that L monkey off your back, man.
Absolutely. 3-game slide, not cool, man. Not cool. I don't like doing that. I don't like needing a victory so badly, but we needed that victory very badly, and it looks like a good time.
Oh yeah,
there were people partying. There were people partying in Tallahassee and throughout the Seminole Nation. Right, this is the National Show. I dare say babies were made Saturday night. Babies were made Saturday night. Like it was party time.
Oh yeah.
Felt good putting it on an ACC opponent like that. Right, like it was. It looked like we were gonna pitch a shutout. Not to double up on baseball references so quickly, but it really did. Like they got on the board just a few minutes left in the game, right?
Yeah, everything was clicking. You can tell we were a lot more healthier than we've been the last couple
man.
Weeks.
You're right. You brought it right up because it's so important, man. It was, there were guys out there like, oh yeah, dude, I haven't seen you in a month. Look at you. Now, I mean, it wasn't all good. There were still some points out there that I was.
Oh yeah.
God, you got to tackle that guy to the ground. You just gave up 18 yards when you could have given up 4. There were still some of the old issues, but there weren't as many. So that makes me happy. That makes me very happy. That was a big game, big win. Felt good. There's a whole lot of people with their shirts off in the stands. That was a good time. It was a good time. The receiving core, that's where I felt like I saw the health, I saw the depth. I saw how it's supposed to look when you have that kind of weapons,
Yeah, shout out to Deuce, man. He's giving off strong Greg Carr vibes, man. He's out there just yanking it, man.
Yeah, he's going to be playing on Sundays in the
Yeah.
future. He's going to have he has bright future ahead of him.
Definitely.
There's a couple guys, man. There's a couple guys out there for Florida State that you can just tell when you're playing against like just great athletes and you're amongst great athletes with your teammates and you're able to stand out a little bit. You can just tell. You can just tell. But he's one of those guys. He's definitely one of those guys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was nice seeing Tommy out there on his feet for the most part. There was a couple big hits. I don't think like seeing that, and not for nothing, I was yelling at the TV like, "Yo!"
Yeah.
I did want to get him out a little earlier than. Yeah, it was good to see things clicking.
Yep. Even nice to see Brock Glenn come out there for a couple plays or whatever.
Yeah.
Do his thing. That was nice. I forgot he can run. So it was nice seeing that. Yeah. Just all around good.
He bounces off hits. You know what I mean? Like he's a big boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's probably not the last we'll see of him this year. We're probably gonna
Oh no. Yeah. I was reading up it. I was wanting to see more Kevin Sperry, but it kind of makes sense. They're probably trying to redshirt him for the year, and I think he's already played in like 2 or 3 games, so he may only have like one other game that he can play in before his red shirt is in jeopardy or whatever. So it made sense for them to have Brock come out there like that, and Brock looked good, man. I hope he comes back, adds to the depth chart or whatever we have at quarterback next year.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the few seasoned players that we've had, just stick around for a while and be there,
That's it. You know what I mean? You feel confident in the fact that, he's been around. He gets it. He gets it. He understands the situation probably more so than a lot of the guys that just showed up, either via transfer or, recruitment or whatever.
And then I would say, bro, I'm going to say how I feel. And I want your reaction from it.
Fire away.
I don't want to say that I'm overreacting, but I'm kind of pushing the pedal back a little bit on the, fire Norvell. Had to think about a lot of things. One, the 4-game losing streak kind of felt a lot like last year. But we got to remember, I think it's more closer to the year before because all of them was close games. We didn't get blowed out, not by any team or whatever. And then secondly, it's like we keep talking about the standard of Florida State and, what we're used to and stuff, which I want to have us holding everything. But this environment is way, way different. Watching all of these games this weekend has really opened my eyes to the playing fields being so, not here anymore. It's just like right here with everybody, like watching the Florida Georgia game. That game went down to the wire with, shit ass Florida,
Yeah.
Looking at Miami getting beat this weekend or whatever, man. All of even Texas, man, you look at them and they got beat by Florida and then can come out this week or whatever. So I just think the playing fields are a lot more neck and neck now. And then with our situation in particular, it's kind of that much harder because we have literally a slap together team that hasn't played with each other outside of this year, man. Like over half of our team was playing for another team last year, all of our starters and stuff or whatever. So I'm kind of siding with the
almost all our starters. You're right.
yeah. Almost all of them was at another school last year. So this is really like a pickup game of football for the whole year for them or whatever.
And it's been like this for a few years now for the for good or for bad.
Yeah. But I think this year even worse. Last year, the year before we had a bunch of. Well, last year it was definitely slapped together. But the year before that we went 13-0, we at least had like Jared Verse that came back. JT came back. Keon Coleman. I think he was back.
But even Verse was the second school.
Yeah.
But I mean,
this was his second year on the team or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right.
You at least.
Well, if we could. If a bunch of these guys that came in this year stick around for one more year,
that's what I'm saying.
That would be very nice, right? If they seem to turn it around attitude-wise, right? If they seem to continue to respond to coach and coach seems to want to keep fighting to fix whatever it is, like I have no problems not being in this chaotic head coaching market thing with whatever's going on this offseason. At the same time, I remember how I felt 4 days ago. I very much do. And if there's an L to a real-in Clemson team next week, or a real-in Florida team in a couple weeks, if we get somehow like if Florida somehow knocks us out by 14, 20, I'm gonna be fucking pissed again.
Oh yeah.
So it is like temporary reprieve is sort of how I feel. Like I'm like, all right, cool. If we can maybe we're turning it around, maybe we're turning it around.
Agreed.
Okay, right? Like, okay, let's see. I'm not as angry. How's that? That's good. That's a good thing. Right? That's a beautiful thing. I like not being angry. Or I'm not as angry.
Right. And there's a lot of factors into it. Like you said, with the money situation, man. Like, I'm willing to wait, maybe start again next year with all of this turmoil going on. I don't want to grab a coach when everyone's grabbing a coach.
Right.
Then, you get the bottom of the barrel. We can
barely. What if he want to come back after this? What if Coach Norvell wants to walk away at the end of the season and it's just like, this isn't fun. I don't like this shit. I want out of here. You guys were ready to get rid of me and blah, blah. And he just decides to leave. Maybe there's, or maybe he's just not into it and it's a mutually agreed upon later on. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, listen, we're on different pages. But as far as this week, right now, cool. This week, Saturday felt good. I want that feel good. I want that feel good.
Yeah.
I want that feel good after Clemson. That's all I'm thinking about right now, right?
Yep.
Because I got no idea long term if. I don't think Coach Norvell is going to be there for 30 years. Okay?
No, definitely not.
I don't think he's going to be there for 15 years.
Yeah.
Right? But if we're going to roll the dice on him, right, and say, okay, let's stick it around, you have to be ready for the possibility that they put it together somehow next year, and all of a sudden they rattle off a whole lot of wins, and he gets it, and he really does turn it around and moves forward. And who knows? He's the head coach long term, like for real.
I just hold off on the extension,
right? Yeah. There's no extensions. Here. I think he has 3 years on his deal. Like, it's a lot. It's so just waiting a year, or if we can get 2 more years out of it, that's great. That's great financially. Yeah, that's great.
If we had the money, if I knew we had the money to farm and we had the money to hire the coach of our desire, I'd be all aboard the train right now, whatever. But with the money,
like we did math the other day, if we were to go outside of one of these 2 coordinators that we just brought in, plus and if we got rid of the head coach and the 2 coordinators, and then went and hired the coach and the staff and everything, I mean, you're talking about $250 million.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
And
at that point, you're going to have to sell naming rights to the stadium and get in bed with do some deals over here with something, and blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, it's the
AT&T Stadium at Bobby Bowden Field,
Coca-Cola Bobby Bowden Field at Coca-Cola Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like, it's gonna be crazy. Celsius Center, whatever.
That's funny, man.
Oh, the National Dome. We're gonna cover it up. Sell ad space on the outside so that planes flying over see it. Like, we're gonna find new ways to monetize it. It's gonna be a big LED screen, like on the outside, like the Sphere in Vegas.
Right.
I don't know what to do. It's so much money you would have to generate. It's so much capital you'd have to generate. You'd have to find new revenue streams instead of, that can support that. It's totally a lot to pass a hat around. That's a big hat you got to pass around to fill too. It's 250.
This came at a bad time, I feel, with us building all the facilities, which I saw the pictures of. It looks fucking amazing, immaculate. The new facilities that they're building over there for us or whatever. I think
the new stadium The new stadium looks stunning.
Yeah.
The incredible practice facilities and training center and everything like that, that's a thing of the past. That's not something you need anymore. It's not about that. It was about that when the athletic departments had to say, no, we've spent all the money. Like, we have no money. We're broke. Like, that was the business model. Now it's NIL days. Like, these kids, they'll train wherever, man. They're you know, they'd rather the bag, right? They'd rather the bag of money than the bag of shoes.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need a waterfall in my locker room.
Right.
That doesn't pay no bills, right? That doesn't. I can't save that for my future or whatever. You know.
Yep.
All right. Well, long story short, Saturday felt awesome. I want to feel that again.
Good. We want to feel that again.
I want to feel that again.
We'll wait till the end of the year and look at everything as a whole the same way.
We probably won't. We probably will not wait till the end of the year. But we will wait a week at least. All right. Right. 1 week.
Take it week by week. You're right. It could be a fucking roller coaster. We got fucking Florida, NC State, and Clemson 3 out of the next 4 for next week.
Which means NC State's just a trap game. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna be like, look what just happened. Look what's happening next week. And oh shit, we're not ready for this week. Like, we've done that before, right? So,
Yep.
All right. Saturday felt good. Hopefully next Saturday feels good. Next Saturday's Clemson. We'll talk about it. We will talk. Oh, wait. Before the show started.
Yeah, speaking of Clemson. So how about, first of all, they lost to Duke, right? And in this loss to Duke, apparently the ACC has fined Clemson $10,000 and issued a public reprimand for Coach Dabo Swinney following his comments criticizing the officiating in Saturday's loss to Duke. Okay. So Buddy got and what he said was some critical penalties. Swinney said, I don't even know what to say about the last call. Y'all saw it. It shouldn't have come down. Hold on, let me scroll down. It shouldn't have come down to that. We had plenty of opportunities to win the game, but that's one of the worst calls I've ever seen in a game ever in my entire coaching career ever.
Those are pretty harsh words from Dabo.
He said ever like 4 times. ever.
Oh man, if we knew how to use AI. Oh man, if we knew how to use AI.
Oh man, wow.
Oh, we need a young producer to help us, because there's right there. Right there. Dabo doing Andre 3000. I'm sorry, Miss Shasta. I see it.
Yep.
You know, first off, 10K, right? Like 10K, like that's nothing, dude.
Peanuts in the barrel.
Literally, somebody handed it to him to hand over to them within 3 seconds, you know, in 5 seconds. Someone said, 10K, gotcha, coach. Boom. Right. Done. NCAA, right? Or ACC. Done. Right?
Yep.
My ass. That's nothing. That's not going to stop him from speaking out about referees next time he feels wronged. I didn't see the end of the game, so maybe he's right, dude. Maybe he got screwed.
It could have been. It was some bad calls out there. Florida got the bad end of the stick too on a long pass that they called incomplete, but it was actually complete. So
I mean, you and I aren't the only. Yeah, and you and I aren't the only people who have disliked Dabo Swinney for a decade. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if Duke and the ACC and the referees are all against them. That'd be awesome. Good. Fuck them. I hope they're still against them next week. You know?
right.
I don't want anything nice to happen to Clemson. I just dislike
ever. Just bring him back to the Tommy Bowden days.
Yeah. Oh, they were cool back then. No. Back then they were a cool little brother. Yeah, no, they're good. They're good. We'll see them Thanksgiving. We'll make jokes. They're cool. Now, don't you come around here. Holiday in my ass. I don't care what holiday it is. Stay away.
Right.
I see when I see a Clemson logo like out in the wild, I live in Miami, all right? I see Miami logos nonstop, used all over. Most people have nothing to do with the university. I see tons of the Gator, all the time, right?
Wow.
When I see the occasional Clemson paw, right, I literally, there's like a little bit of bile. I taste it like right here. I taste that little bit of bile, right? Kind of bubble up. It's that orange color. It just rubs me the wrong way. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that next.
Tennessee of the ACC.
That's right. We'll talk about it more on Thursday because that's who we play next weekend, and that's what we'll do Thursday. We'll preview the game.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit more about this past weekend though. There were a bunch of other games to discuss. Let's see. I got it all right here. So the fun one, right? The fun one was, or at least the fun one to watch was Miami, right? We were a little worried about SMU, right? They were going to treat that like a big game. It's not. This is why SMU bought their way into the ACC, was for weekends just like this, right?
Yep.
The fact that Miami is still, only fell to 20 is surprising after taking that L, but irrelevant, or 18, pardon me. But the fact SMU got it at home, 26-20. Felt good to see that, right?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And Carson Beck turned out, you are who we thought you were. He actually had me fooled for a minute, man. I got a buddy of mine that's a Georgia fan. And he kept saying it over and over, wait, he's going to start turning the ball over. He's going to start. And then next thing you know, the last couple of weeks, woo, man, $4 million, though.
It's a lot.
Oh
it's
yeah.
It's a lot. It seems, what's the word? I feel like that's probably. Do you think that's accurate? Do you think that's the accurate number?
I believe so, bro. Yeah.
It's a big number.
Wow.
What did the difference a few years make? Yeah, there's no way that under the table that there was a way to wash that much bread. There's no way. You know what I mean? There's no way.
Beck has reported $4 million base salary for his NIL deal with Miami Hurricanes for the 2025 season, which could increase to up to $6 million with incentives.
That's wild.
So this makes him one of the highest paid players in college football, only to get on stage and drop an egg every week.
Feels good to see.
Yeah, that's the DJU of Miami.
My God. It's funny because we recognize it. You know what I mean? That's why it's funny. All right. That's
all too well.
That's right. His brother's pretty good though.
I didn't know he had a brother. Okay.
Yeah, he has a long younger brother. He's playing D tackle for Oregon State right now. I think Oregon State.
Damn.
Don't quote me on that. One of those kind of Oregon State-y type schools,
Yeah.
I think he's a sophomore. I mean, he's young. He's real young, But one of the other fun ones. I mean, we talked about seeing Penn State getting 21 points. Like that was crazy. Crazy. What was crazier is that Ohio State covered it, right? 38-20, 38-14. That was never in question. Ohio State really just kind of they seem to enjoy that, So do their fans too. I mean, everybody around it seemed to enjoy it. I would too. Man, give me a chance to just beat the shit out of my my rival. Like that feel great. There were some other wild games though. We were kind of spot on that Utah game. Utah is a tough place to go play, and if
you sold me on that.
If you're not used to it, that felt good. That was my biggest college ticket too this weekend too. Like I had a couple other things, but that was like my biggest play. So that was very, very comfortable. 45-14, like no problems covering 10.5 on Cincinnati. We saw that they didn't have their running back. We talked about it quick before the show started, but that's a 2-man show. They're a duo. The quarterback's good, but he needs that running back to really kind of open things up, we'll say. So if he comes back, I forget what his name is, Ethan something or other. If he comes back, Cincinnati is still going to be, keep an eye on them. There might be an opportunity to make some money because people will look at this score. Oh, they're not who they thought they are. So watch out. If running back comes back, you might get a off number. The Tennessee game, you mentioned Tennessee when you were making fun of the Clemson Orange, but the Tennessee game was wild, man. Oklahoma went into Tennessee. I didn't think they were going to pull it off. I said, talked about that being a tough game, and they were getting points, but they took extra, right? It was 33-27 in the end. Oklahoma won that game. Oklahoma's sitting at 11th in the country. Watch out, man. They're going to, they quarterback stays healthy and keeps improving, or getting healthier or whatever you want to say. They couldn't.
That's why this year is so wild. Because didn't they lose to Texas?
Yeah. And Texas had this weird, wild dip, and now they're back ranked. They're back up to 13 after beating Vanderbilt. And holding. Well, beating is a weird word. Holding Vanderbilt off because it really came down to the end. They won 34-31. They covered a 2.5 point spread by a hook. Like, it was crazy. That was really, really crazy. So I guess we got to take Texas, Vanderbilt, and Oklahoma serious in the SEC alongside Alabama and Georgia.
Georgia's on, man. Yeah,
they're struggling to get these dubs every week if they get them at all. We'll see what happens. Somebody out in the SEC is going to be the odd guy looking in on the playoffs, and they're going to have, why aren't we in there? But there's going to be games to point at and say that's why you're not there. I mean, they've sort of all taken a little dip, except Alabama. Alabama's kind of.
Yeah, their only blemish is us.
Feels good to say, right? Feels good to say. Wild game. Not a ton of great matchups next week, but we'll talk about what there is, what does go down, and then we can do a little bit of a pro no report and get out of here. How's that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well. In case you're wondering, Malik Beasley still a free agent, probably going to stay that way in the present climate. Everyone's going to want to stay very far away from Malik Beasley, considering the scenario going on in basketball. Our guy Jameer. Oh, let's start with Terrence Mann. The Nets have not played since Brooklyn. They are playing right now. They're playing Philadelphia right now, so we'll talk about that on Thursday. So they're still 0-5. The Washington Wizards had 2 more losses since our Thursday show, but Jameer Watkins played in neither of them, so they're 1-5. No more run for the young rookie. But can I interest you in a little convo? A gentleman named Scotty Barnes. Scotty, dude, 14-10 double-double with 5 assists, a block, and a steal on Friday in a win against, or they were at Cleveland, right? At Cleveland. Toronto is playing Memphis right now, so we'll talk about that again on Thursday. But big game for Scotty Barnes Friday night on Halloween. Real quick, on side note, John Morant, you see him get the how you feel about getting suspended for a game for calling out, for talking a little shit about your coach in the media?
I mean, I get. I feel like if he didn't have the history that he had, that it would have been taken on a little lighter than it was or whatever. But given his history, and you got to really walk a straight line when you've done what he's done.
No, you're absolutely right. You're right. He needs to shut the fuck up and not say that shit ever. You know what I mean? That team had his back when a lot of other teams would have. Right. So he needs to just shut the fuck up. I had not thought about it in that perspective. You're absolutely right. All right, let's get back into it. Jonathan Isaac they got two much needed wins. The Magic, right? They had started 1-4, weird start to the season. They got two much needed wins since Thursday. But Jonathan Isaac continued weird, slow kind of start to the season. He had 2 points Thursday night, but also, he padded that with 3 blocks, 3 rebounds, and assist, and a steal. That was at Charlotte, and then 8 points and 6 rebounds at Washington last night. Really not great numbers, but the team needed those 2 wins. So however they got them, that's what needs to be going down if you're a Magic fan. Patrick Williams and the Bulls continue to be undefeated. Right? They had they played Friday night. They beat the Knicks. He had 9 points, a steal, a block, 3 assists, and a rebound. And they are playing the Knicks again right now, actually. We'll talk about them again on Thursday. And lastly, on the NBA tip, Devin Vassell doing it. The Spurs staying undefeated also. They're 5-0. Thursday night, after our show, after we were raving about our guy, he goes out against Miami. He drops 17 points, 9 rebounds, a block, and an assist. He's doing his thing. And they're playing the Suns right now, so there'll be a little more to talk about. NWSL, we will have the first round schedule will come out right after the show drops.
Cool.
So we will be able to talk about that on Thursday. The games start this weekend. There are, of the 8 teams in the playoffs, there are Florida State alum on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We run women's soccer. That's for sure. So we'll talk about that on Thursday. Now, a little bit of football. To the Jets, they're on a bye this weekend, so we're not going to talk about Jermaine Johnson or Azariah Thomas. The Commanders play later tonight, so for Sunday Night Football, and the Cardinals are playing on Monday Night Football tomorrow. So we'll talk about all those players on Thursday. But let's go from not so great to much better. The Giants are now 2-7 after losing 34-24 to the 49ers today. Brian Burns continues. Did you watch it?
Yep.
Brian Burns continues to have a pretty good year. 4 tackles, a sack, a pass defended. He's sort of like the bright spot on the Giants defense. And it's hard to say there's a bright spot when you're giving up 34 points, but trust me, he's out there doing a lot for that team.
Oh yeah.
Graham Gano for the Giants was 1-2 for field goals, had 3 extra points. Our homie Jameis was inactive. On the other side of that, the 49ers, though, they are 6-3 on the season. That was a big win for them. Tatum Bethune, 16 tackles.
He was lighting it up.
Dude, 16 tackles and a pass defended. And Bernardo Green had 2 passes defended of his own, plus another 6 tackles. So it's nice to see the 2 young Florida State Seminoles.
Oh, they're working on that contract for next year. I love it, man. I love it.
All right. Who else we got? That was the Giants. And so the Texans, Mario Edwards, the Texans lost to the Denver Broncos, 18-15. He was active, but no stats of note. Derek Nandi for the Chiefs. They played tonight. They lost to the Buffalo Bills, 21-28. It was it's surprising to say this, but the Chiefs are 4-4 on the season. And I get it. There's still a second half of the season to play, but and they kind of do this the last few years. We're like, the Chiefs are finally a year off for the Chiefs, and then they rattle off the last 6 weeks, and they're playing great football come the playoffs. But, Nandi had just a tackle. On the other side of that, the Bills, Keon Coleman got his usual 2 touches. I don't know why he is underutilized this season. But he did 2 touches, 17 yards. It could just be that opposing defenses are doing their best to take him out. It's not like it's working because the what are the Bills 6-2, right? 2 losses, 6-2 on the season. So it's not. I don't know. The Panthers, they won. They beat the.
Yeah, that was surprising,
right? Especially Green Bay coming off a pretty big win from last week. Our dude Ryan Fitzpatrick, the rookie kicker for the Panthers, was only 1 field goal attempt, and it was good from 49 yards. He did miss an extra point. He was 1 of 2 for extra points, but who cares? They won. All right. So that was the Panthers. The Steelers, Jalen Ramsey, and the Steelers are now 5-3 after a big win against the Indianapolis Colts. He had 5 tackles. He continues to have a very, very big year and be a very big part of the Steelers defense.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Aaron Rodgers fan, but I am the biggest fan of Coach Tomlin. So
same.
And I love Jalen Ramsey. So this is cool to watch. It's cool to watch. Who else we got? The Jacksonville Jaguars, also like the Steelers, they are now 5-3 after a big win tonight in overtime against the Raiders. Raiders went for 2 and 2-point conversion and the win, and missed the 2-point conversion. But the Jaguars won 30-29, and Jerry Jones dropped 10 tackles and a pass.
Okay.
Put up numbers tonight. Big win for Jacksonville. 5-3 is probably a little bit better than we thought they would be at this point.
Yeah. And that's even what old boy got put on IR this week
Travis
or whatever. Yeah, Travis Hunter. Yeah.
I think he'll be back. He has to miss a minimum of 4 weeks. I think he'll be back like right after that minimum. But you don't like to see that. You hate seeing an injury happen in practice. Yeah. Well, speaking of injuries, Derwin James was a little bit beat up last week. We were a little worried. He seems to be A-okay.
Good.
He led the Chargers defense to a big win against Tennessee. Tennessee Titans covered the spread, and one of the co-hosts of this show might have made some money on Tennessee today. But they were really in the mix for a lot of this game. The Chargers won late, but Derwin James got 8 tackles. That was good win for the Chargers.
Nice.
They're 6-3 also. We talked about the 49ers. The Rams, 6-2 on the season. They had a big win against New Orleans, 34-10. Braden Fisk, 3 tackles and a sack. And Jared Verse, just 1 tackle. It looks like he had a pass defense when I watched it, but somehow it was still caught. It was a crazy play.
That's
but
crazy.
the Rams really just kind of had their way with New Orleans. I imagine everyone's going to have their way with New Orleans going throughout the rest of the season. They're done. They're done for the year. And we talked about the Bills. Lastly, the New England Patriots have 7 wins. They are 7-2. They squeaked one out against the Atlanta Falcons today, 24-23. And
Falcons look like crap, and Drake May is looking amazing.
Yeah, Drake May really does look good. And Josh Farmer, Josh Farmer had 2 tackles on the game.
Nice.
So that is your Pro Noel report for Monday, November 3rd, 2025.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Nice.
Man. That's about it, dude. It was wild. It's wild. Not having a Bucks game is nice, right? It's comfortable. It's, right? I'm not like all tensed up in the last 2 minutes of the game, like, let's go, Baker. I know you got to do it again, but come on, go do it again.
Right.
It's nice to take a little breath,
and gives our people an extra week to heal. That too, because man, we hurt, we limping. We be limping.
If we can get if the Bucks can get like half of those guys back, though, they'll be in good shape going into the playoffs. So.
I just found out McMillian broke a neck bone or something, man. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Oof. So, like I said earlier, we'll talk about the Clemson game on Thursday, and we'll get ready for that. And yeah, that's about it. The Monday morning show in the can. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you're subscribed and got the notifications going on the YouTube. We have all the links to all the social medias over on our Linktree page. It is /National Show, NationolesShow. Gangsterville also has the Linktree. It is /Gangsterville, GAINSTAVILLE. I was looking at your sweatshirt, even though you're not wearing it. I read it, you know. Nice. There, you will find all of his social media feeds, as well as links to all of the platforms where you can listen to his music. You should do that. And when you do that, you should like it on all the platforms. You should share it from all the platforms. So all those things. That's the best way to support your friends that make music. Gangsterville makes dope music. What else? Oh, we have national.com. That's another place where you can go find some links to social medias. You can also watch the latest episode of The National Show and find all of our fine merch products available right there, right on the main page. One-stop shop, national.com, NATIONOLE, and you know how to spell com. What else? If you like the show, if you would like the show, as an audio product, you can check it out as a podcast via the Bet Your Ash Podcasting Network, BYAPN, BYAPN. It is at betyourash.com or the Bet Your Ash feeds on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. BETYOURASH, just because we spell everything else around here. Is that everything?
Yep, that's everything, my brother.
Oh, cool. Go Noles.
Go Noles.
And you have just finished listening to The National Show with Gangsta, Fizil, and McGee.